Hi, jag heter Alisson Ramos Artuso e jag kommer från Brasilien och jag är en gästforskare på läromedel.dk. I apologize, but as you can hear, my Danish is not good enough. So I will go on with the video in English to show you how to use a software called Modellus. Okay? So let's start. So this is the Modellus. To start with the software, click here in animation and you can add, for example, a particle. I put a particle here. You can change for some other image, or even you can choose an image from your disk. Okay, I put a soccer ball, football ball. And as you can see, the coordinates for a while are x equals 0, y equals 0, and well, my ball is in this position, and the ball goes on in this position forever if I do nothing. But I can create a mathematical model to the ball. For example, the position of the ball equals initial position, 0 in my example, plus a velocity, 20 for example, times time. Time is my independent variable. As you can look here in this menu, my independent variable t is okay. T varies from 0 until 50. Okay. So what happens when I click on the play button? T starts with 0 in the first step, 0.1, for the next step 0.2, etc. until 50, and the program calculates P and puts P. I can link it with the ball here. So the coordinate x now is equals P, is equal P. So let's play. And as you can see, the ball is moving. Here in the table we have all the calculates, all the numbers. But it's not so much until now. Then I can put in this graph the position P. And you can see the graph. I set the velocity 20, but it's a static velocity, constant velocity. I can change it, and I can change it with a level indicator. I will call this velocity indicator. And I can see the name velocity indicator from 0 until 100. I will call velocity as a V, and here indicator I choose the variable as V. So when I put this, for example 28.89, I set the velocity, and as you can see the chart. If I speed up, now the movement is faster. Now I can improve the movement, for example, adding a movement in the vertical axis of y, the name of variable, right? So I need the initial position in the vertical axis, 0 for example, initial velocity. I will use the same, the previous velocity. And in the vertical axis we have gravity, so I will put an equation with the gravity. Minus 10 times, I will click in power to write t squared bar 2. So I have a movement with constant speed and a movement with constant acceleration. Here in my ball, I can set the coordinate y to the variable y. And now we have a movement in 2 dimensions. Ooh. And here it is. I can change the velocity here. I can do another velocity indicator and call this Vx, for example, and Vy. I can do also a stroboscopy view here. I click it in the ball, property, view, stroboscopy view. And it's a nice view too. Another nice feature, as you can see here. Oh, but your ball is falling down forever. Yes, it's true. We can do a condition in the model. We can do a condition like a if then else. If the y is below 0, then use just 0. But this is some improvements that you can do in your animation. As you can see, I think it's very useful to illustrate what happens when I change velocity, what happens when I change speed, acceleration. How can I do a simulation? How can I do a movement using a mathematical model? And I think that's enough to this video. Thank you to see it, and I hope you enjoy Modellus. Bye bye.